Hello there, my name's Lauren Barris. I'm a student number 170389 and I'm currently studying my second year towards my Bachelor of Education in the foundation phase. I am going to be talking about why problem-based learning should be our new approach at school. Right, so problem-based learning is basically where the child is at the center of the learning. So there was one quote that really resonated with me while I did this assignment was that children are not banking systems, in the sense that the teacher is not supposed to stand in front of the class and just feed children in with information all the time, because then children are not actively engaging with the learning material and actively gaining knowledge and skills that they can use in the world out there. It is no use we are encouraging this parroting system of children just taking in information all the time, but not actually putting it to practical use. So, the problem-based learning approach is where children are actively given the materials they need. They are actively given the problem to solve. They are actively given that role to engage with the material at hand, practically, mentally, emotionally, even socially as well. So what usually happens within the class setup is the teacher will divide the children into different groups. And as discussed in the task as well, you'll either be working with one of four methods. You'll be working with a role play scenario, perhaps you'll be doing an experiment, or you'll be doing a case study, or even you'll be going through the discovery learning approach as well. But anyway, so depending on the topic that you as the teacher choose, you give the child a scenario. Let's say now, for example, you're doing a case study. So you give each group the case study to solve. It could be about a topic involving poverty, which is a very real world problem today. You could also be talking about proper sanitization for others. You could be talking about finances for children. So you're then actively giving them the task of saying, here is the problem. How do we fix it? And it's giving the children the power to take control of their own learning. So therefore, they can actively engage with the material, discuss the problem with their friends as well, and then probably take the time to discuss and come up with solutions to the problem. And this is where children learn to build upon great skills such as debating topics, standing up for the ideas they believe in, which alternatively makes them feel that they have a place in the world, which is so important for learning, because learning is about contributing to the greater world. Learning in school is about equipping children with the skills that they need necessary to survive the outside world and to be able to see the world differently and be able to see the problems of the world and to actively cope and create solutions to those problems. That is why we have learners in school today. So you are literally giving children the power to be at the center of their learning. It is not teacher-based learning where the teacher takes on the role and feeds children with information and provides the solutions and shows them the process of how they got to the solution, but instead it's the teacher stepping back and giving the child the power to kind of figure out what the problem is, what is the crux of the situation, and how do we get to that point, and what processes do we follow to find the solution to that problem. So the teacher's job herefore is kind of to step back, to provide the foundation, provide the scenarios, provide the problem, and provide the discussions afterwards. But let the children, through group work or perhaps even alone or in pairs, decide how can we go about this, use their cognitive thinking skills and actually problem solving skills, which is so important in today's life and in actually real life problems. It is so important for children to engage with real life scenarios that we are currently facing as a world, instead of using this method of feeding them with just the average.